And in our people news, there's a new dating service in town that has some people on good behavior. We go now on location with reporter Joe Gesche. Joe, just what's the story?
Thank you, Brad, and let me tell you, this is a new dating service. You know, it's got its customers really penned up, if you know what I mean. Now, the dating service is called the Pro-Con Dating Club. Now, for a flat fee of about $100, Pro-Con provides you with a carton of cigarettes, a 12-pack of beer, and then they introduce you to a man or woman who has just been released from a correctional facility. Now, the critics of the dating club say it's just a new way for, you know, guys and girls that are hot up for a date, you know, to meet people. However, I have Cliff here, who is a frequent customer of the dating club, who does tell us otherwise. He actually really appreciates the club. Cliff, you know, what's the story, guy? What's up with the club?
Well, I had joined my first dating service, you know, when my brother told me I had to stop dating his daughter. You know, and for years I kept joining dating services, and we'd start off, you know, writing letters and talking on the phone, and then it seemed like as soon as we'd trade the photographs, you know, I'd never get a call back. But, you know, with Pro-Con, I pay $100. I get the cigarettes, and I get the beer, and I get me a woman who's about, reckon I suppose, ready to go, you know. And I mean, she just don't seem to give a darn what the hell I look like, 'cause most likely she been locked up for the past 20 years. And had me one date with a gal who was in for grand theft auto. I'll be darned if she didn't steal my car when I was buying some more beer at the gas station, and they finally caught her about 3 states away. She tried to say she was my wife visiting our children, and, you know, I don't even have any children, yet.
Thank you, Cliff. And Cliff, don't get me wrong. You know, I would like to interview you further. However, the very thought of you reproducing has produced a side stitch in me that is both very painful and very hard to ignore at this time. In the studio tonight, we also have Millie, who is another Pro-Con customer, and she has another view about how she enjoys the Pro-Con dating service. Millie, what are your thoughts?
Oh, well, I just can't say enough good things about the Pro-Con dating service. You know, when you get to be my age, it just gets a little harder and a little harder to find a man, well, who's a little harder. And the men that I meet at Pro-Con seem to appreciate the fact that I'm a little more experienced. And, you know, I may be a little gray and a little wrinkly, and I may have false teeth, but a lot of the men that I date seem to like the fact that I have false teeth, and sometimes even beg me to take them out when we're on a date. You know, we'll even pretend sometimes that they're on death row and I'm their last meal. And I'll say to him, "Come on, Sonny, eat it like it's your last meal." Oh, I love Pro-Con. I love it. Woo.
And thank you, Millie. I must say your story did create a visual effect for me that will no doubt draw out that fish sandwich that I had eaten earlier. Now, being the investigative reporter that I am, I did give Pro-Con dating service a try, and I must say I was a very, very, very satisfied customer. My date had just been paroled after serving 3 years for armed robbery, which did make for some interesting dinner conversation. And the rest of the evening, shall we say, was very enjoyable. To you guys out there, that was one eager beaver. Now, this year alone, Pro-Con has joined over 12,000 couples, and I'm happy to report that over 3 of the couples they had joined up actually had a second date. I'm Joe Gesche, news you can use.
Well, thank you, Joe, and it's just important for us to point out here in News You Can Use that that actually was Joe Gesche's grandma, Millie Gesche. And in other news,